Getting a new beverage into a major grocery chain is incredibly difficult, but securing that retail distribution is actually only half the problem. Consumer packaged goods, or CPG, everyday physical items like drinks and snacks, die on the shelf if shoppers aren't actively looking for them. Take Easy Does It, a non-alcoholic beer brand founded by Eric Ellington. Ellington spent his life as a professional skateboarder, deeply rooted in gritty DIY culture and punk shows. To survive in stores like Albertsons and Vons, a brand like this has to maintain relentless top-of-mind awareness. Today, algorithms dictate that awareness, requiring up to 50 pieces of high-quality video content every single month to keep foot traffic flowing. This volume requirement slams directly into the operational reality of a low-budget outdoor lifestyle brand. A small team, spending their days coordinating production or actually out skateboarding, simply lacks the hours to constantly set up lights, film, and edit. Founders are left trying to solve a specific math problem, scaling their high-fidelity video output without bankrupting their profit margins or losing the authentic grit that makes people buy the product in the first place. The tech industry offers a frictionless solution: generative AI video avatars. You type a script, and a digital clone reads it back to you. But algorithms cannot drink a beer. Synthetic avatars sit entirely in the uncanny valley. When you are asking a consumer to put a physical product in their body, stripping away the genuine human texture destroys the required trust. So brands look to the opposite extreme, renting legacy Hollywood soundstages, like the massive concrete facilities in Manhattan Beach, to guarantee maximum production value. This model burns up to $5,000 for a single episode. Worse, placing a subculture skate brand into a pristine white cyc studio makes them look like a sterile, out-of-touch corporate entity. To avoid the corporate sheen, founders retreat to their roots. They pull out an iPhone and shoot pure DIY footage at the local skate park. The algorithms punish this approach immediately. Environmental wind destroys the audio, the lighting shifts wildly, and the poor overall fidelity causes viewers to scroll past within seconds. The modern founder is trapped. They choose between cheap, soulless AI, an expensive, sterile corporate stage, or authentic DIY footage nobody watches. There is a structural alternative built specifically for this middle ground, the microlab hybrid model. We can evaluate this by looking at Voxel micro-video labs in San Pedro. The immediate hesitation for any lifestyle founder is the fear of adopting a highly polished aesthetic that alienates their loyal DIY customer base. Voxel mitigates this through architecture. Instead of a blank soundstage, their suite is built inside a 1922 department store, leveraging exposed brick and vintage details. Opting for this physical grounding requires a specific trade-off. You cannot project infinite CGI worlds or construct custom, brand-new sets for every shoot. For an authentic brand, that limitation is an advantage. Sacrificing total creative flexibility for built-in, gritty Americana texture is exactly how you preserve the brand's identity on camera. Creating enough assets for multiple social channels introduces a massive logistical hurdle, known in the production industry as the 500-minute problem. You need hundreds of minutes of finished 4K content to survive a quarter. Solving this requires a geographic commitment. A founder in Burbank has to physically commute across Los Angeles traffic to a port city location like San Pedro. When they arrive, the operational input is intense. The founder executes a highly disciplined 4-hour batching sprint, recording multiple scripts, interviews, and stories back to back. This sprint yields an incredible efficiency payoff. Because the 4K cameras, pro lighting, and dry acoustics are permanently dialed in, there is zero setup friction. The output is pure live-to-tape content exactly. The human cost of this efficiency falls entirely on the host. It requires immense upfront logistical preparation to script out a month's worth of material and grueling stamina to perform on camera for half a day. Trading the agonizing daily drag of piecemeal iPhone recording for one intense centralized monthly commute is the only mathematical way a busy founder can generate the required volume. The end goal of this grueling production schedule is highly practical, moving physical inventory off densely packed retail shelves. The pristine, long-form A-roll from the studio feeds into an AI-enabled slicing engine, which instantly branches it out into 50 distinct vertical clips. These are deployed as an omni-channel strategy, flooding vertical feeds like TikTok and professional networks like LinkedIn. This massive digital volume triggers physical sales. Maintaining daily top-of-mind awareness builds familiarity, making a shopper significantly more likely to reach for that specific can in the grocery aisle. The studio automates the heavy lifting of generating the master footage. However, the brand's internal team still bears the responsibility of managing the daily posting schedule and actively engaging directly with the community. This specific engine works for physical goods because it cleanly separates the high-friction act of filming away from the low-friction act of distribution, allowing a lean team to feed the algorithm without burning out. There is still one final conceptual hurdle for an outdoor lifestyle brand. They need professional audio and lighting, but they cannot look like they spend their entire lives trapped inside a room. The solution is a hybrid strategy. The brand uses the microlab exclusively for pristine A-roll tasks, explaining their origin story, sharing thought leadership, and conducting direct-to-camera interviews. The second half of the strategy relies on their original roots. They actively splice in their own raw DIY iPhone B-roll, footage of them skateboarding, doing yard work, or even tailgating, layering it directly over the pristine studio audio. This workflow requires giving up the zero post-production benefit. An editor now has to manually stitch those action shots over the master studio files. Accepting this light editing friction pays off immediately. It balances the crisp, professional audio required to keep viewers watching with the visual proof that the brand actually lives the rugged, authentic, active lifestyle they are selling. We no longer have to choose between pure, unscripted chaos and a hyper-polished Hollywood ad. The ideal solution sits right in the middle. This path is built for B2B founders and CPG teams with physical distribution who need to scale their founder story. These are the exact brands that must fiercely protect their aesthetic soul from corporate sterility because authenticity is their primary economic moat. If a brand is attempting to produce a single 2-minute Super Bowl-style commercial anthem, this model will fail them. Those highly specific, visual-heavy projects still absolutely require the blank canvas flexibility, massive union crews, and high budget of a legacy Hollywood soundstage. This model also fails creators who refuse to batch their work. If you insist on recording piecemeal, one video at a time, continuously throughout the month, the studio rental costs will crush your margins. For the modern lifestyle brand, the math is clear. Utilizing spaces with historic character, combined with batched live-to-tape efficiency, offers a superior return on investment over the uncanny valley of AI and the drain of legacy soundstages.